हेलो गुड इवनिंग वेलकम सुस्वागतम स्वागत है आपका आज के इस एक्सपर्ट टॉक शो में टुडे इज़ अ स्पेशल डे बिकॉज वी आर having this 100th expert show live. So thank you so much for your appreciation and because of your support and motivation हम आज ये 100 शो कर रहे हैं तो thank you so much once again and let us invite our expert of the day Prachi on this show and yes. Yes, Prachi, welcome on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Vipul. How are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fine. Thank you so much once again, and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Yeah, I mean, it's my pleasure actually.
And it will be this session will be a memorable one because this is our 100th episode,
Yeah,
and
congratulations. I mean, it's a great
thank
achievement.
thank you
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
much.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
absolutely honored to be a part of 100 episode.
Thank you so much. Yes, audience, do join in, do participate, do ask your questions, do comment your feedback. We would be happy to have them because ultimately that's a motivational factor for us. So do participate and do ask your questions. This session be will be a very interesting one. With topic is emotional intelligence and effective communication. So we'll start the session. Uh, I'll give a brief intro about Prachi and then we'll start the session. Before that, do share this session in your network. If you're watching it on LinkedIn, then like and share there. If you're watching it on YouTube, my channel Vipul the Wonderful, then do like and do comment on that and also subscribe our channel Vipul the Wonderful and press the bell icon to get our regular updates. And now, let me start the session with a brief intro of Prachi Mahambare. So, Prachi has been a business communication and leadership skills coach for over 14 years. That's more than a decade. Amazing. And having trained more than 5,000 individuals in communication, leadership, public speaking, and more. So that's a very brief intro about Prachi, but we would like to know more from you and your life journey. So please tell us more about you and your life journey. Over to you, Prachi.
First of all, once again, thank you so much, Vipul, for inviting me over here. As I said, it's my great honor to be here, and it's a 100th episode. I wish that there would be more hundreds of episodes coming up from your side. And thank you so much again. Yeah. Uh,
Pleasure.
uh, okay, about myself, I started my career 14 years ago, but my educational background is in on finance. I did my post graduation with economics, and I was the student of industrial economics and managerial economics. I was working as a research analyst initially, but the life takes different turns, and then I became a business communication coach. Um, Actually, the journey was fantastic. Initially, it was I started my career with, I would say, a communication coach, and after that, of course, it actually I started with emotional. Oh, I think I lost you in between. Is it?
Yeah, but absolutely fine. I got what you were saying. So that's amazing. So yeah, please continue.
Okay, and now I'm running. Actually, I have been running my own institute of communication from around 9 years now. We are going to complete 9 years, and we are going to be in the 10th year. So that is, I mean, in this journey from B2C and B2B, I have been doing corporate trainings. Plus, I have been conducting the training for the college. The students also. So I think I have trained from politicians in public speaking to the managers, to the mid management, and to the students. I think from 6 years to 60 years. I think I have trained all age groups and people from different background and people from different industries as well. So this is my journey in brief.
So that's great, audience. Thanks for the appreciation. Yes, Pragya is appreciating. Thank you, Pragya, for the appreciation. We really appreciate your motivation and yes, do participate. Do ask your live questions. We'll be happy to have them. And moving on to the very first question of the day, which is in fact the title of the session, what is emotional intelligence? AI, we call it, you know.
Before I talk about what EI is all about, let me tell you history of EI. Okay, emotional intelligence, how it came into being. First of all, of course, it's about human behavior. We knew it, right? But then we didn't know the impact of it. The psychologists started studying it way before, and that's like early 20th century, might be 1929 or something. And the first word that was coined was social intelligence, wherein they emphasized on how you try to interpret and how you try to understand other people's emotions. So that was the beginning. But then came 80s, wherein Harvard Gardner actually he talked about, and he actually coined that word, this emotional intelligence. And then he talked about how yours, I mean, self awareness is how it is important. I mean, you understanding your emotions. Then came 90s, where Peter Solvay and John Mayer, both of them actually, they expanded this idea and they gave a shape to this emotional intelligence. And they said that this is absolutely important, this is a very important aspect of human behavior. And then came 1995, wherein Daniel Goleman, I mean, I'm sure that you all must be knowing about him. He actually talked about the four quadrant of emotional intelligence. So he talked about self awareness, self management, he talked about relationship management, empathy, and he also talked about how social awareness also impacts the human behavior. Now let me just tell you in brief that what it is all about. So emotional intelligence is all about managing your own emotions, understanding your own emotions, understanding the emotions of other people as well. See, you cannot manage their emotions, other people's emotion, but at least you can understand why a particular person is saying in a way. For example, okay, I'll give you an example. um, a person says, I mean, he is going through a very stressful situation, and he tells you, I mean, he comes in, and then at workplace I'm saying, and he says that, this is so much insincere work that you have done, you should take care of it. But if I know that what that person is going through, there is a lot of workload, and that is why he is saying in this way, then it will be very easier for me to understand why is he saying so. Now what happens once I understand his emotions, okay, and I interpret it in a positive way, I'm actually saving my time thinking about why did he say so, and I he always says like that, and then you start labelizing people, right? So emotional intelligence is all about understanding your own emotions, regulating your emotions, self control. Not very easy, but then definitely it definitely has a very important and positive effect on relationship management as well. So that is EI is all about.
So very very rightly said. Self control is very difficult, but yeah, it's if you master on it, and then it helps you a lot. So that's really well said. Yes. So Ashutosh, thank you for joining in and showing your presence. Sardar Khoot is appreciating. Nice introduction. Thank you. Yeah. So moving on to the next question, how does AI contributes to career growth? What is the importance of it?
Okay, now let's understand what career is all about, because we all say that I'm doing my career, I want to be successful in my career, but then people don't even think like what career looks like. It's not only about just the position, it's not only about, of course the salary is going to increase, but then career is, I mean, if you see the dictionary definition of career, is like you take that profession for a longer period of time, a significant period of time, and then you get opportunities and through which you become successful. That is what career growth is all about, right? So there are, so see, so many words I'm using: opportunities, growth. See, understand one thing, like success, and growth, they are not possible with individual contribution. It's not possible. It's whenever you see that you say that you are successful, there are so many people who are involved in it, right? You get right opportunities at the right time. You actually show your capability to handle the stress. You show that yes, your technically or technical skills or your technical competence, your non-technical competence, all these things. You have your team players, you have your management supporting you. So many things are working. Of course, your family, the relationship management at the family level also contributes to the success of your life, I mean your career. So when I say career growth, see, so many people are involved, and when so many people are involved, there are so many emotions that are involved. There will be action, reaction, conflict, there will be misunderstanding, there will be a lot of stressful situations, right? So how you handle all these things, depending on that, your success actually depends on that. Now I'll give you one very simple example. A person starts his job, okay, and then he is a team player, right? So he has to take the feedback from the seniors. If at all he is emotionally intelligent, okay, he would definitely interpret, or he would be able to interpret that feedback positive way, in a positive way. Otherwise, most of the time, we think, see, self awareness is about you knowing yourself, right? So I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses very well, I know my limitations also. So if somebody says that, okay, this is not the, I mean, you're not organized, okay, for example, I know, okay. When I ask myself if that feedback is given to me, I ask a question to myself: is it right? If it is right, I will work on it. If it is not, then I will not give a single thought on it. But then you are the best judge of yourself. That self awareness, that emotional intelligence definitely adds to your career growth, because then you are very positive, okay, and you are ready to improve, right? And when I have such a person in my team, I would definitely recommend him for the promotion, right? So before you become a leader, you have already shown the leadership traits, because you are taking ownership, accountability. You are definitely showing, I mean, you have the technical, non-technical skills. You can actually talk, I mean, have a very good relationship with your colleague. I mean, I would really like such person in my team, right? So this
True.
is in career growth. When I say career growth, is nothing but you contribute to the success of your company as well, right? Financially also and everything. So you are representing your company, and then when you can actually handle all these things very positively, career growth तो पीछे आएगी आपके, right? So it's not that you have to follow or you have to run after that, it is going to run after you कि अरे this
True.
person I want in my team. So this
True.
is how EI actually contributes to your career growth. So definitely you have to learn it.
वेल वेरी वेल सेड. सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो. डेवलप द स्किल्स एंड एबिलिटीज. सक्सेस तो आपके पीछे भागेगी.
आएगी
आएगी.
right.
एंड यू राइटली सेड, बी द जज ऑफ योर सेल्फ. यू नीड टू. एंड आई मस्ट से कि वो अपनी मिस्टेक्स को एक्सेप्ट करना इज, इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ गट्स, यू नो. तो दैट क्वालिटी इज़ वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट.
ईगो
इफ
थोड़ा कम होना चाहिए.
ईगो ईगो को थोड़ा साइड में रखना पड़ता है इफ़ यू वांट टू ग्रो इन योर करियर और इन योर पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ, वॉट एवर.
Absolutely.
So very,
Absolutely.
very well said. Yes, audience, you can ask your questions. We'll be happy to have them. And yes, so next question is, what is effective communication?
Okay. Now, when I say communication, um, I have some purpose, right? And I am sending my message to you. You are receiving that message. You are sending the feedback again, right? And when it serves the purpose, everything, it has a proper, what do you say, outcome, then it is effective communication. And the foundation of effective communication is effective and active listening. I'll tell you one thing, like the hardest job on this earth is listen to someone, for a long time. And
Very
that
true.
too, yeah, that is the truth. So actively listening to someone, paying attention, it's like it involves everything: your tone of your voice, your body language, your facial expressions. Because sometimes we say that, I didn't mean to say that, he misunderstood. But how you said was is very important. Words carry only 7% of the importance, that
True.
weightage. But then your body language, the way you're saying, tone of your voice, this contributes more than 80 to 90% in your
Very true.
communication.
Very true.
And that is why we have to be, see, sometimes it's very difficult for us to assess our skills, so it is better that you take help of some expert. That is it, right? Because you might get the feedback that this person is, for example, rude. Or once you get this kind of feedback from someone, pay attention to that. Why am I sounding rude? I didn't mean to say all those things, right? So that means there is something communication gap happening. That means the communication is not happening effectively, right?
True.
So effective communication is about what message that you want to send across. If that is received by the listener also the way you want to. Now, I'll tell you there are some gaps in it. I'll give you an example. Suppose I get along with you very well, then you will receive my message also very well. But if I don't get along with you, suppose, or there is some problem, there is some conflict, okay? Now, even though I give a very nice message to you, you will add. For example, I'm giving you XYZ message. You're going to add ABC message from your side. Now, why does it happen? This happens because of the pre-notions, the prejudice that I have. I always filter that in my mind. And then I say, no, he means to say that. I know that. He didn't say that, but I know he means to say that. Right? So listening to someone with clear slate of mind is absolutely important for effective communication. As if like I'm listening to you for the first time. And then that is how when I listen to you, then the communication is now it should happen from both the sides, definitely. But at least, see, you don't have any control over the other person, but at least you can do that for yourself.
Very
Then
true.
effective communication can happen in a really smooth way, I would say. So you're not adding those things and then you say, and then there is a communication gap then, right? So you are not adding, because we labelize people, right? That person is arrogant, he wants to say this. I know that he's like that, so he will say in this manner. So all those things, so we are adding it from our side. So these things need to be
True.
avoided. So this is effective communication is all about.
Well said. So it's been said that to be a good speaker, you need to be a good listener. So art of listening
Hmm.
is very much important. One need to cultivate. One need to develop that,
Right.
and that's really you rightly said. And when we hear the word communication, then generally we have a perception that communication means speaking good English or speaking good any other language.
Yeah.
But I believe that, or even I've heard, read that communication is not about language. As you rightly said, only 7% is what the language plays. Rest of 80 to 90% plays
No,
the.
actually, Vipul, I'll add certain things. See, language, no, I said words because, see, language is important because if at all I don't choose the right words, then also there can be a communication gap.
You are
So,
right, but
yeah,
here I don't mean the language means the words or the vocabulary. I mean the language means Hindi, English, Gujarati,
no,
or
no, no,
any other language. So
it
it's
doesn't
all
matter.
about, yeah, it's all about what to speak, when to speak, and how to speak. As you've said, ki, which word to use, which word not to use. That is what the language is,
Yeah, and
and
most
that
of
is
the
what.
people, they feel not so confident because of the language also. Language can be a biggest barrier.
True.
So I think like at workplace also we have to, understand this. Some people are not very well versed with the language. So, as a leader also they have to consider all these things, because then the best of the ideas are lost because, the language fluence.
ट्रू ट्रू ट्रू
Yeah.
वेरी ट्रू वेरी ट्रू सो यू नीड टू आपको अपनी टीम को उस एक लेवल पे या एक वो वेवलेंथ पे लाना पड़ेगा कि दे विल एक्सप्रेस देयर आइडियाज इवन दो दे
Yes.
आर नॉट गुड एट any particular language, let's say English or any language whatsoever. They should
True.
be able to express their
The
ideas
ideas are more
fearlessly.
important. Yes.
That is more important. So
Yeah.
that atmosphere should be created. So
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
very rightly said. So now the next question is, as you've said about effective communication. So what is the difference between talking, communicating, and effectively communicating?
Um, Talking, I would say there is no purpose as such. I mean, I'm just talking. I'm expressing my thoughts and my emotions, sometimes the information. It's not that I'm expecting a big outcome out of it. So that's what I say. Like, I just talking to my friend and he said so. So, talking doesn't have a purpose as such. But communication, definitely, it is one step further, right? So communication definitely has some purpose. Yeah. And we have some message, and we want that message to get across, and I mean the other person, the receiver, we see to it that it is received properly, because we are expecting some result, right? So that is communication. And when I say effective communication, then the whole process, sending the message, receiving the message, then again I get the feedback. And when that feedback is what the sender is expecting to get, when he gets that response, then the communication is completed, and then we say it is effective communication. So effective communication has clarity, it has compassion, I would say. And there is a form of, what do you say, it's concise also, and it is clear, because my see, what I want to say, or the message that I want to get across, if I'm clear about that, then the communication is also very clear, right? And then there will be a complete communication. And when all these factors, they play a very important role in effectively communicating. So that is the difference among these three.
Well explained, very well explained. So, audience, you can also follow our expert of the day, Prachi, on her LinkedIn. This is her LinkedIn ID. You can find the link in the YouTube description and LinkedIn description. You can follow her. You can DM her. If you have any queries afterward, she'll be happy to connect with you and she'll be happy to guide you. So do connect, do ask your queries afterwards. And if you have any queries right away, or if you have any feedback to share right away, then you are happy to share it in the comment box. We would love to have it. So moving on to the next question, why is AI accorded significant importance in career or in the professional
Workplace
world?
as well.
Yeah, workplace as well. Yeah.
Okay. See, when it comes to emotional intelligence, it definitely talks about self-awareness, as I said, self-regulation, that is controlling your emotions. So social awareness, you are definitely, you are aware of the other people's emotions as well. So all these, and the relationship management. Now, relationship management is the top layer of emotional intelligence. Yeah. So you, either it is a personal life or a professional life, this relationship management plays a very important role, right? Because see, it's a team, like you are actually handling the team, and you have to just, talk to the team, get the work done from them. But then there should not be a toxic environment, right? People cannot be productive in toxic environment. And now what is happening is, it's like, if we are living in a global village, it's like people are coming from different backgrounds, they are coming from different cultures, right? So understanding that, and then communicating with them, that plays a very important role. So if at all when I say at the workplace, if at all you can understand why, there is, how do I put it? See, when there are a lot of people working for you in your team and they are coming from different backgrounds, it's like our thumbprint, it is different. So every
True, true.
individual is different. So you cannot have one rule fitting for everyone. So as a leader also at a workplace, we have to understand that the people are going to be different.
We
They
need
are
to
not
accept that reality that nobody
very,
will be the same, and we need to
yes.
accept it, and we need to assign the task accordingly.
Yeah, and there is diverse culture, I mean, it's like the cultural differences are also going to be there. So we have to respect that. We have to
True,
accept that. And respecting and accepting that, the differences, that would happen only through EI.
true.
Otherwise, there will be groupism, there will be favoritism. So, if you want to avoid all those things, then we have to be emotionally intelligent to understand that, okay, there are going to be see, आप अलग हो सकते हो, गलत नहीं, right? So you can be a different person. That doesn't mean that you're wrong every time. So you understanding that needs a lot of emotional intelligence. And for emotional intelligence, you to be emotionally intelligent, one thing that you need is lot of energy.
True, true, true.
Emotional, the mental energy. We, of course, we will be talking about it. The mental health has to be really good. In fact, if you, it's like first comes the emotional intelligence. Once you have that, you can actually handle your stress as well at the workplace. You can handle the stressful situations, and that is why EI is so important nowadays, because people come from different backgrounds, even the languages are different, everything is different. So EI plays a very important role to understand their emotions, their actions and reactions. So that becomes very important.
So very rightly said, difference of opinions are okay, but there should be a unity, there should be a sync, and we need to accept it, and we need
Absolutely.
to, yeah, we need to accept it, and we need to celebrate that within the team. So that will be
Yeah,
the,
that is
yeah,
well said. We have to celebrate that. Very
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So yes, from the audience, Akshay is asking one question. I think this will be related to this the question which we are in right now. What should what should we do, or what should be done or not to be done, and in our daily workplace to practice AI?
Now, I really like that word, practicing EI. Thank you so much, Akshay, for, just, I mean, that's a very nice question. Um, Ashay, I think. Yeah, that's a very nice question, Ashay. See, when it comes to daily workplace, because practicing is very important, it's not only about knowing AI. This is all about practicing EI, right? So once I understand, so okay, when you get up in the morning, now you are getting ready for your job, and before you go and start the work, just settle with your emotions. Yeah, that is the first thing. I mean, I'm talking about the practical things that you can do in your daily life. Just understand that I'm here to work. Just understand that there will be a stressful situations throughout the day. I'm just talking about the day. I'm not even talking about. But then once I understand that it is going to be there, right? And I am now. This is self affirmation. Like, I will definitely handle that with calm mind. When you tell it yourself, okay, that would be the best practice that you do every day. Because see, when you tell it to yourself, see, what we are actually do is we try and manage the other people's behavior. So understand one thing, that it cannot be controlled, it cannot be managed. What you have to manage is your emotions, right? And your way of behaving. So every day, if you tell yourself that this is what I'm going to do with calm mind, right, with a focused mind, that would definitely help you to have, because every day when you do, and somebody, suppose like there is a very important meeting, okay, and you know that, this is very important, I want to tell certain things, I want to express my ideas. Now what happens is, our ideas are very dear to us, and we think like these are the best ideas. Of course, for us those are the best ideas, and then you express it in the meeting, and sometimes the management or whoever, okay, says that I don't think it will work. Now you have spent around 2 to 3 days thinking about it, and somebody is reacting on it, that I don't think that it will work. What emotion is going to be in your mind? You will feel rejected, right? You will feel really very bad about it. And when you feel bad about it, now the next is, you will be in that emotion for a long time. And then how you will think about it? My manager doesn't understand me. Okay, this happens with me only. So you become the victim. So all those things are making you very weak. Instead of that, okay, I would say that ask like, why would it not work? Can you please explain that to me? So all these things, these are the daily practices. So when you are in control of your own emotions, then it would be easier for you to control the whole situation as well. So you are in control then. So that is how it can be practiced every day. And practicing every day, then it becomes a habit.
Practice makes you perfect. So, uh,
Absolutely.
yes, Ashay, thank you for asking this question, and hopefully we have answered your question. So, yes, moving on to the next question. How does AI enhance communication skills?
Uh, See, when I say communication, as I said, that there are messages to be given, ideas to be expressed, thoughts to be expressed, all those things when they are done in a controlled manner. Okay. So AI definitely plays a very important role, because then you can actually, you don't become argumentative. Okay, chalo, we will just make it other way around. If there is no AI, what happens? Okay, so that would actually say tell you that why it is so important. So first is anxiety, depression, because people start feeling that, nobody understands me, nobody understands my emotion. Okay, then mental health, you become argumentative sometimes, right? You don't listen to the other person very well. Then your emotional outputs are very often, right? And then you start blame game. All these things can happen when you don't know and don't recognize your emotions. You don't recognize how you're feeling, you're not addressing your emotions, you're not addressing other people's emotion, and then you feel that I'm victim of this whole thing. So when you understand the one thing, agree to disagree, right? So then that is why this AI becomes so important. And then when it is not there, you sometimes become even insensitive. I'll tell you one example, and that's a real life example that I'm going to give you. um, Now there was a team, and the boss was very much, I would say, he used, of course, he was experienced person, so he used to think that his ideas are the best ideas, and they only can work. Of course, he was very experienced, and he was really very good leader in the sense like he had the vision also, but and technically also he was fantastic. But then what happens is, when you don't understand what do you say, now suppose in the meeting other people also contribute, they want to contribute, right? And then he says, no, I don't think it will work, and then he doesn't listen, and he says like, whatever I'm saying, you have to do it. So the people who actually work in such toxic environment, they would only know that what how it feels, right? When you are not given a chance to speak, express yourself, and then communication to baat ki baat hai, nobody is listening to me, right? So all these things, so that person, the boss, is not trying to understand the actual, and the productivity goes down. So that is why this communication, there is a lot of communication gap. In fact, there is no communication. Why at workplace, even at home also it can happen. you know it's like, when two people don't get along with each other means what? There is no communication. You stop communicating. And once you stop communicating, that relationship is not going to be held forever. But then listening, understanding, and then taking the decision, all these things. See, communication has some purpose, right? You have to make few decisions also on the basis of that. But then you are on another track while communicating. I'm on the I mean, we are not on the same page. Then the communication will not happen. If we want everybody to be on the same page, then we have to be connected emotionally as well. And that will happen only when I understand you. I understand other people. I give them a chance to express their feelings. I give them a chance to express their opinion. I listen to their opinion patiently. That means patience. So that is how it will enhance the communication skills. See, a person, suppose like you understand, suppose like I'm talking to something and I'm listening to it, and then you paraphrase in the sense of understood what you say this. And then I'm so happy that you understood what I want to say. This
True.
feeling itself is so nice that somebody has understood. Now suppose like after that comes like whether you implement my idea or not is a different thing, but at least you listen to my idea. So that is how the communication skills are enhanced. Secondly, you are patient with others as well while listening. It's not only about communicating, it's about listening also. So
Very true.
patiently you listen. In fact, I would say that whenever I see the interviews of the CEOs of the company, they are always calm, composed. While listening to the other people, they will just, because I myself I have experienced this. They will be very calm while talking. They will listen to you. They will give the time to listen. They will give you the time to talk first, and
It's
then
like
they will.
they will behave like they have all the day for you. They are not in hurry.
Absolutely.
They are there to understand you, to know you, and very. I've also felt many a times when we meet the CX or senior person. They are just give you the 100%. It's called mindfulness. They'll give you the complete mindfulness to you. So yeah,
Absolutely true, very true. And see how it enhances the communication skills. So that's very
true, true.
important.
Well said. Very true. Leadership is all about leading from front. It's not about you do it. It's like let's do it. So that's
Yes,
really
yes,
well said.
very true.
So here Gaurav is asking one question, very important one. It's been said कि कोई भी चीज़ का अगर excessive होता है, so what is the side effect? So can over communication affect AI adversely?
It depends on what is the definition of over communication for you. Because there are people, they want to just communicate each and everything to the boss, and boss is very happy. There are people who say that, why is he just coming and telling me every time? It is not necessary. See, it is about human behavior. It's not about one person as such, right? So human behavior is going to be different. Now I have to understand how my boss is and what he actually wants. So over communication will definitely not be a bad, I would say. It's better than not communicating at all. But then the definition of over communication has to be really very clear in your mind. Because me telling you about the things, each and everything, for me it is okay. Or maybe for boss it is okay, but sometimes it is not. So it depends. Now, if I say it does it affect AI adversely? No, because AI tells you to be patient. In fact, AI tells you to be assertive as well. If you think like the person is over communicating, you can be. See, AI does not mean that I understand your emotion, does not mean that I accept everything that you say. No, it doesn't mean that. In fact, there is a very nice word that is coined is tough empathy. You have to be empathetic, but
True.
then of course you have to make some hard decisions. But when I make such decision, I have already considered your opinion, right? You can listen to 10 people, but then you have to take your own decision, right? So this over communication thing, I would say that it depends on like it differs from person to person, but better that it is no, instead of not communicating at all, this over communication. If at all you think like the person is really over communicating, then you can actually tell him. But then does it affect EI adversely? No, it doesn't affect EI adversely. It actually takes the test of EI. How emotionally intelligent you are.
Well answered. Yes, Gaurav, hope you got the answer.
Yeah.
So that's very rightly answered. That you should be aware of कि आप किन के सामने बोल रहे हैं. So you should be aware of कि क्या बोलना है, कैसे बोलना है, and what to convey and
You
what
should
not
pay
to convey.
attention to the feedback also of the other person.
सामने वाले का रिएक्शन, बॉडी लैंग्वेज,
It's
फेशियल
absolutely
एक्सप्रेशन,
important.
दैट टेल्स यू कि कितना कर्टेल करना है, कितना एक्सप्रेस
कितना
करना
बोलना
है,
है?
या कितना बोलना
Yes.
है, कितना
Where to
स्टॉप करना है,
stop?
वेयर टू स्टॉप. ट्रू ट्रू ट्रू, वेल सेड, वेल सेड. So yeah, one of the last and very important question: why is learning AI necessary?
Um, See, there are people who are born with high EQ. But then, when I say they are born with high EQ, emotional quotient, uh, it's in their family sometimes. I mean, children watch you behaving. The children watch you, what you do, how you react, how you act, because that is going to be the future workforce, right? They are going to be there as a workforce. They are going to be a part of the workforce in future. So they are observing you. So this emotional intelligence, definitely it is there. Now, if at all you think like there are certain parts of it which I cannot control my emotions. For example, I I become angry very fast, right? You say, and it can be triggered very fast. Once I know this, at least I would control at my words. I can, right? So, see, we generally operate through autopilot mode. Some subconsciously, all the reactions come. When you start learning EI, it initially it becomes very conscious efforts you have to take. That I should not be reacting on this. I will not say anything. I know that now I'm getting frustrated, so better I just keep quiet for some time. I will calm down. I know how to manage my emotions, and then I will contribute. All those things are very important in any relationship. See, we are social animal, right? And we want to work, as I said in the beginning itself, that your promotion is not possible without your team's efforts as well. Your personal life cannot be successful without your efforts. Everywhere the emotions are involved.
True.
So if at all you're struggling with certain kind of negative emotions that you're not able to overcome, then try and learn it. It is definitely learnable. As I said, that there are few people who are born with emotional intelligence, because and we are, people, I would say that we Indians are very fortunate to have the diverse culture everywhere. People, we know, like, we don't find
Diverse cultures and even joint families,
joint
you know,
families.
even neighbors are like, an extended family for us. So that's a beauty of our culture.
Yes, and most intelligent, emotional intelligent person in family is the mother,
True, very very
who
true.
has managed so many relationships, right? The relatives and the neighbors also, all those things. So they are the most intelligent people, I would say.
Very true, very true.
Yes. And a woman is definitely blessed with a good emotional intelligence, I would say. And
True. That's a
yeah,
God gifted.
it is God.
Yeah, true, true, true,
Yeah.
true.
So it is definitely necessary. In fact, I would say that if you are struggling with certain emotions of yours, try to learn it. It is a bit hard, but not impossible. Not impossible.
Yes. So try to learn it, try to get help.
Yeah.
Experts like Prachi who will help you to overcome this. So
Absolutely.
you can connect with Prachi and definitely she'll be able to help you with the best of possible ways. So very well answered, and that was amazing. So to sum up, to conclude, what is your final words for our audience?
There are two things that I would like to say. One is you as parents, because I'm going to, of course, workplace, as I said, that they are going to be future workplace, that part of the future workplace. Um, Overly appreciation, not good. Yeah. Because emotional intelligence can be developed only when the situations are not in your favor, right? Because every time when we say yes to everything, then they are taking the things for granted. So I'm going to tell emotional intelligence for all age groups. Okay. So first, for the children, you have to understand that you cannot be just uh, you cannot just say yes to everything the demand. You should give them what they need, not what they want. Yeah. So once they understand that, then it is very easy for them to understand, and the other people's emotion, that is what the parents responsibility is. That's what I think to tell. Second one is, if at all you're working, okay, or maybe chalo, we will take teenagers. Teenagers have a lot of I mean, that is the age when you have the differences with your parents or whatever. But then understand that now here again that emotional intelligence comes into picture. At least listen. Okay, listening to the parents opinion, that itself, and give a thought over it without rejecting it. And of course it should be both the sides, even the parents should listen to them. So that communication should never stop, even though it is like it is leading to arguments or anything, but that communication should go on. So that is for the teenagers. If you're a part of the workforce, then EI is very important to understand your team's behavior. As a leader, you have to go extra mile to understand your team. Sometimes you have to take tough stand, absolutely okay. But then when you have already established the communication with your team, you have already built the trust in you, and that trust will definitely help you go in the right direction, or wherever you want your organization to go, financially also, and everything success wise also. This EI is going to help you. So I would say that everyone, I mean, for the this thing, the senior citizens also, this EI is going to be, of course, they are, because they have a lot of experience. But this EI is important at every stage of your life, not only for the workforce, not only for the career growth, but personal as well as the professional life.
Well, well answered. So, like, takeaway for me is learn to say no. You should be able to, you should be able to understand key when we should say no for something, and communication. Bottom line is communication. You should understand what to communicate, how to communicate, and that's amazing. So I learned so many things from this session, and thank you so much. It was amazing. We got to know so many things from this session. And audience, you can again requesting you, you can connect with Prachi on LinkedIn if you have any queries afterwards. She'll be happy to help you. And Prachi, thank you once again for joining in today's show, and uh, giving your valuable knowledge. Sharing is caring, and thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience. That means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vipul. It was absolutely a pleasure talking with you. It was an
Yeah,
interesting conversation.
thank you so much. Hope to see you again on our
Yeah,
show with
sure.
some different topic.
Yes,
Thank,
definitely.
thank you
Yeah,
so much. Stay blessed.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Bye. Good
Thank you.
night.
Bye bye. Good night. Yes, audience. So this was our 100th show. Thank you so much once again for being with us throughout the journey, and we want to keep it up. We want to have it up again and again. Every weekend, Friday, Saturday, you can see us, you can watch us, you can listen us in our expert talk show. So stay tuned, follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe our YouTube channel Vipul the Wonderful, press the bell icon to get our regular updates, and do like, share, and comment on our videos. You can check in our channel to see the previous sessions we had, and you can share the relevant sessions with the relevant person to help them. So with that note, thank you once again, and this session was powered by Post Resume. So Post Resume HR consultancy is providing recruitment services across India and Africa since 2007, especially into IT, engineering, manufacturing, pharma and textile industry for mid to senior level. So do connect with us if you are looking for any help, support, guidance or talent solutions for your organization. With that note, stay blessed, keep smiling, have a great time.